It's a bird. It's a plane. No, wait, that's actually a bird. That's right. It's finally time to figure out how Girlypop each and every one of the Flying Type Pokemon are. Okay, so what is it each of the Pokemon are, each of the Pokemon is? I'm from the South, but for real, this one is very intimidating. Look at how many Flying Type Pokemon there are. Before we get started though, let's talk about our tiers. The top tier is Mother. These are Pokemon that are going 120%. These are Pokemon that are giving you a masterclass on what the flying type can be in a Girlypop perspective. The second tier is Girlypop. These Pokemon are Girlypop. Yes, that's right, you got it right. The third tier is okay, so these Pokemon have the potential definitely to be a Girlypop Pokemon, but there's something else happening. These Pokemon normally serve to be more of an accessory on a Pokemon team. The second to last tier is looks around. What are you doing? The last tier is skip. Let's get this show on the road, starting with Charizard. Everywhere I go, it seems as though Charizard is here. Those of you who think that I'm being crazy when I'm hating on Charizard, do you get what I'm saying now? I don't like the Charmander line. Starting off with Mega Charizard, what is it? D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Leans too much into Charizard territory. Now that I've already skip on the Gigantamax form as well. I will say this, the Megas were fun, but what Megas were not fun, right? Butterfree. So Butterfree, this is where the conversation is getting nuanced already. The flying type is the crossover type. I've said, oh, this has crossover with this has crossover with that. Oh my goodness, the rock type crossover is so flop. The flying type is crossing every border.
I want to be clear to the rock type who are thinking about making that dangerous trek
to Girlypopness.
Do not come.
She said, I'm Charizard, I'm bug type, I'm this, that, and the other. I am very confused as to where to place what is a mother flying type. If there's only like what, 3 or 4 canon pure flying types, what represents the flying type the most?
It's a conspiracy theory that I'm actually interested in.
I have to say that Butterfree, so far, is Mother. Gigantamax Butterfree, the last time we talked about this was the bug type video, and in all honesty, you guys know I do this in a very conversational way. I'm kind of learning with you and creating different categories with you and like coming to better conclusions with you as I read your comments, as I read the Discord messages and things like that, the Twitch chat, all that stuff. Gigantamax is really starting to lose favor. She ate that up in that, you know, but I'm gonna say that Gigantamax Butterfree is okay. I still stand by what I said in the bug type video in that the Gigantamax form is really slay, but at this point, months into this conversation, I'm ready to start saying that the Gigantamax just loses its steam. And let me just explain this too, since we're here. This was going to be a long video. If y'all don't like the long videos, I'm sorry. This one has to be a long video because there's a lot to talk about here. The Gigantamax has some cool designs. I think of Butterfree, I think of Snorlax. What gets me is, now that we've had Mega Evolutions, then gave us Gigantamax, and then took Gigantamax out, and then are now teasing us getting Mega Evolutions again in Pokemon Legenza, I can't help but feel as though Gigantamax is the one that got away, the one that I feel will be forgotten. Mega Evolutions is what we all liked. We accepted and coped with Gigantamax, but now that we're getting Mega Evolutions back, it just makes Gigantamax feel even less relevant. So that's why I'm docking it down. Normally I would skip a Gigantamax, but this Gigantamax is really cool, even if it technically might not even exist anymore. Okay, so Pidgey's looks around for me. I don't really like Pidgey. I will say that Pidgeotto and Pidgeot are okay, as well as Mega Pidgeot. I'll say that those are all okay. I'm not gonna give it Girlypop because I just don't think that it's serving like, yes, honey, like Girlypop needs, but it is veering into that category. And I do think that she could feel like a really fierce accessory onto a flying type Girlypop team. Spearow, however, is not giving Girlypop. I'm gonna say that Spearow looks around and Fearow is skip.
Why is she flying so violently like that?
Zubat mostly has resonance with the poison typing. Yes, it has wings. Yes, it does fly, but I think of Zubat more as a poison typing. That's not to say that poison type won't find representation here. Actually, no, it's okay. It could be a really fun compliment, as well as Golbat. Crobat, I'm also gonna put that up there too. I'm kind of bored of Farfetch'd at this point. Back in the day, Farfetch'd used to be really fun, and I think I said this in the normal type video as well. I feel like at a certain point, she was like the funny Pokemon, but now it's just like, what are you doing at this point? And I'm gonna say that this is a skip. I'm still very bored of Farfetch'd. Looks around. I think Doduo is a Girlypop flying type. This is a really good representation of what Girlypop can be in the flying type. Dodrio looks around though for me. Scyther. Do you guys remember the anime where Scyther goes, Scyther?
Scyther! 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 Scyther!
Scyther looks around to me. Mega Pinsir. I don't like, we've talked about this. I love Mega Evolutions. I don't like the Mega Bug types. They just lost all of that cuteness, that girly-popness. Like, no Pinsir, skip, I'm sorry. So let's talk about Gyarados. In the water type, Gyarados really gives like, you know, it's like,
You can't sit with us! Fine. You can walk home.
In the flying type though, it's a little bit of a different story. I have to recontextualize it for how it would fit in a flying type moment. Like if I came to you as the flying trainer class, if I came to you as a flying gym leader or flying elite four, like I imagine immediately Gyarados, Swanna, and Altaria. Like there's an aesthetic there. This is gonna be a first for me, but for the flying type, I have to say that Gyarados is okay. There's a flavor there that Gyarados can add. I feel as though I'm being a little bit too liberal with the okays right now. Golbat looks around. Pidgey looks around. Aerodactyl. Look at what the rock type does to you. I mean, maybe I'm being biased at this point, but skip on the Mega too. Okay, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. Okay, so Articuno as a flying type, I'm gonna say Girlypop. And I'm moving Butterfree down to Girlypop as well because I'm thinking about it now. I'm telling you guys, this one's gonna be hard for me. Zapdos looks around. Moltres looks around. Okay. Galarian Articuno. This is really difficult. Girlypop. Okay. I see what's happening. Articuno and a Galarian Articuno are mother. Why did I move Butterfree down? I moved Butterfree down because when I was talking about how Gyarados is contextualized more as a water type to me, Zubat is contextualized more as a poison type to me, Butterfree is contextualized more as a bug type to me. I would reach for Butterfree for a bug type team before I reach for it as a flying type team. That being said, I would reach for Butterfree regardless because it is Girlypop. Does it show the 120% aesthetic serve that I'm looking for in the mother of a flying type? No, because it's a little bit buggy. With all that in mind, Articuno is showing what the bird type, because y'all know, if y'all have seen the past videos, y'all know I always call the flying type the bird type because they sometimes will just put a bird in that just completely flops and it almost feels like they don't care about the flying type. They just have to put the obligatory bird in. If we have to have the obligatory bird, Articuno is showing you how to slay in that regard. Galarian Moltres, we have a lot of softness here, and I do like the punk rock factor of Galarian Moltres. I don't think it's giving Girlypop the way we need right now. I will say it's okay because the design, fantastic. I could see somebody really using that to add a lot of dynamics to their aesthetic. Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos, while this design is also really fun, it's gonna be looks around. It's a fun design, but it's just not checking those boxes that we need. That was really fun. I feel like for me personally, as somebody who makes these videos and edits these videos and yaps about this all day, every day, I feel like I just hit a new threshold of girly popology, and that was really exciting to me. I just think Dragonite really does have a lot of icon factor to it, and so far, This has a lot of personality. It has a unique look. It has a funny moment. It has a cute shape. It's really iconic. Girly pop, girly pop. Hoothoot is also girly pop. This is a weaker girly pop, but Hoothoot is a girly pop. The reason why it stands above the rest is because you always need the spooky moment. Like I always say this, but like my spooky pop girls, we have so much crossover with each other. You just like it a little bit spooky. I like it a little bit cutesy, but we're always very, I just feel like spooky pop is girly pop. It's just a more specific form of girly pop. And I do think that Hoothoot has that like witchy vibe that I appreciate seeing. Yes, Galarian Articuno is up there in Mother, but technically Galarian Articuno came out 20 years after Hoothoot. So like props to Hoothoot for being there at the start. Noctowl to me, honestly, is a looks around. I just don't really like Noctowl as a Pokemon. Ledyba and Ledyba. See, I didn't even know that these were flying types because I think of them as bug types. Oh, these are girly pop though. These are girly pop. These are very girly pop. Togetic is
Mother.
Yeah. Togekiss.
That's also a mother Pokemon.
Oh wow. Oh wow. There's a lot of bangers in the flying type. There's a lot of bangers in the flying type. Natu and Xatu. These are fun Pokemon. I'll say Natu's okay. Xatu is losing that cuteness a little bit. It has a fantastic design though. The color scheme, the patterns. You could do so much. It's okay. Okay, so Hoppip. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Jumpluff is my favorite Pokemon of all time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put Jumpluff in. No, it's girly pop. It's girly pop. It's girly pop. Jumpluff is girly pop. Now, I will acknowledge that Jumpluff is not one of those like standout Pokemon that everyone talks about all the time. So I'm not going to put it in Mother, but it is girly pop. I think Skiploom is also girly pop. I think Hoppip is girly pop too. Am I being biased? In the bug type video, this happened a while ago, and I do look at the comments every now and then. Yanma fans really made a lot of good cases for Yanma. I don't know where I put it last time, but I will acknowledge that y'all, I mean, it's a cute Pokemon for sure. Like I will acknowledge that it's a really cute Pokemon. I still want to put it in okay. I still want to put it in okay. I don't know where I put it last time, but I want to put it in okay. Yanmega, you guys have to agree with me. This is not a girly pop design. That's a skip. Come on now. Murkrow. Wait, is the flying type a girly pop typing? I've just always looked past the flying type, but like, Murkrow is girly pop. Honchkrow is okay. Oh my god. Gligar is a funny little guy. I'm gonna say that he's okay. Gliscor, skip. There's just so much to work with now that unlike maybe the rock type or even like the ground type, you don't really have to be too forgiving. It's just like, no. Delibird, that's a funny little concept. Okay, Mantyke. Mantyke and Mantine, I remember in the water type video, this is actually really fun to be able to do the typing that has so much crossover. I know we haven't done the fighting type yet, but we've done a lot of other typings. I'm able to look back on old videos. People were making a case for Mantine. I'm gonna say that Mantyke is girly pop. That's a really adorable little baby Pokemon. I'll give Mantine okay. In all honesty, in the flying type, especially because it's going for the silhouette of looking like a bird, and we've already had birds do at least okay multiple times, Skarmory falls off a bit. Looks around on that. Lugia and Ho-oh. I feel like Lugia looks more like a dragon to me. So I'm gonna say that they're both okay. Ho-oh, I would want to give it girly pop, and it might move up. It might. I feel the hesitation putting it in okay, but I don't want to put it in looks around, you know? Okay, I'm gonna give it girly pop. Let's just see what happens. The comments will tell me. Beautifly it's girly pop. It's girly pop. She's copying Butterfree, but I mean, it's cute. Taillow and Swallow, these feel like Skarmory to me. Like, this is what happened. This is the time when the bird type becomes a thing. And there's so much you can see, there's so much you can do with the aesthetics of being able to fly. Then they just add like that sort of bird. And I get it, it works a lot for building out the world, but when you're looking at all of these campy Pokemon, you just look like a bird to me. So Looks around on those. Looks around on those. Okay, editor me here. I feel like I can articulate this better. What I mean is, by Generation 3, which is where Taillow and Swallow come out, the brand and franchise is a lot more formulaic. Anyone who knows the story of Pokemon knows that Generation 1 really came out against all odds. They cut a lot of content, a lot of it was quite buggy, but it was kind of, it almost feels like a passion project in retrospect. Generation 2 was an explosion of creativity. With the surprising success of Generation 1, they had the resources to really express a lot of ideas that they had in Generation 1. That's why Generation 1 and 2 tend to feel like the same game. They feel like similar generations, and even many of the games call back on going back to Generation 1. Generation 3 is where it's a lot more formulaic. They're approaching it in a way where tropes are already established and certain Pokemon fill certain preset roles. I think the bird type is one of those preset roles, and sometimes it just doesn't stick. Sometimes it comes off a little bit boring to me. That's not to say that the formulaic nature of Pokemon is bad. I mean, Pika clones, evolutions, starters, those are all really fun, but the bird type sometimes flops in my opinion, and Taillow and Swallow represent that. Wingull, giving the same thing, looks around. Pelipper, as much as I have been traumatized by Pelipper multiple times for their AI being just basically stall Pokemon, I do think there's a little bit of personality there. I'm gonna say it's okay. Masquerain? Masquerain is here? Masquerain is in here too? Mother, yeah. Ninjask. I don't think that they're even in consideration. Scab. Swablu, I'm excited to finally give you this. Swablu is mother. Alteria's mother, yeah. Tropius is okay. Salamence. Now, Salamence in the flying type. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. You can tell. The flying type is the Girlypop typing. I didn't really get this vibe until I got to this point in my life right here as of recording. When you're in a high resonance Girlypop typing, Salamence, you give that Charizard that I was feeling in the Dragon type. Now the Dragon type is more of a neutral resonance. It's got Girlypop, it's also got Charizard territory. You're representing Charizard territory in these parameters. So I'm going to have to say, you've got cute colors, looks around. Your Mega, Skia. Rayquaza. So does anyone else here see what I'm saying? Because we had this Scab. Starly. I think of the bird Pokemon, this one is giving cuteness. I think what makes it stand out is that, like, something about its eyes, like the sort of like beady eyes adds like a cute personality to it. I'll say that Starly and her little swoop-de-doo hair, Staravia, are okay. Staraptor, when we did, I think it was the normal typing, is that its other typing? A lot of people wanted me to acknowledge the bang, but I just don't think that the bang, like especially in this, like the normal typing too, because the normal typing is like high resonance Girlypop typing. It's just like, the bang is fun, but it's just like, look at what we have already up here. You know, I'm gonna have to say that looks around. Mothim. Mothim is Girlypop. And you know where Mothim comes from, right? One of my favorites, Miss Wormadam. Miss Wormadam, yes, her house is represented in the flying type. Let's be real, Combee is Girlypop. And Vespa Queen, she's relying a lot on being queen. We'll put it in Girlypop. That's a weak Girlypop to me, but I'm gonna put it in Girlypop. It just feels weird to not put Vespa Queen in anything else. Drifloon. Girlypop. Drifblim? Girlypop. I don't know what to tell y'all. Chatot? Girlypop. It's just, I really feel weird about this. Like, I'm really worried that Editor Me is going to have to go in and like adjust all of this, but the flying type is really out here. Like, what's really crazy is we've had conversations about all of these Pokemon and all of their typings, and with the flying type having so much crossover with all the other typings, it's like we're coming full circle on a lot of these Pokemon. Rotom. Fan Rotom. I'm gonna say looks around, because in here in the flying type, I feel a sense of like organic wind. I'm not feeling like the fan blowing on me. I'm feeling as if like, I'm like a bird. I feel as though I'm like up in the skies. Like it's birdie. It's the bird type. It's the bird type. Okay, so Skyform Shaman, tell me if this is a hot take or if you get it, but Skyform Shaman feels non-binary to me. Did it come out before or after Victini? Right, so I'm pretty sure Skyform Shaman came out after Victini, like it was like released after Victini. I'm not sure. Regardless, they're both giving non-binary tease, and I was just gonna say that non-binary tease is Girlypop. Like, this is Girlypop. It's the Girlypop Pokemon. Anyway, moving on. I think Pidove is doing what Starly does in a very flop way. I just think Pidove is a skip. Tranquil is looks around. And Pheasant, I think, does serve a little bit, so we'll give that Girlypop. Yeah, they just it's the pose. Like, even the female, like, she's still giving, like, you know, very demure. Like, she's being a very demure while the male counterpart is being, you know.
I don't come to work with a
Red.
pet crease.
Zubat and Swablu. Welcome to the stage. 2 more Girlypops. Go ahead and go on in there. Thank you. Sigilif looks around, looks around, looks around. There's so much Girlypop in OK at this point that I am like, I'm really, there's no sense of scarcity here for Girlypopology, you know? Arkin. The Arkin line, I think, is okay. It's okay. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's funny, it's unique, and it's different. Swanna and Ducklet. So Ducklet is Girlypop. Swanna is
Mother.
The canon experience is that many of us Girlypop trainers have gone against the meta, gone against everything the game has told you, and gotten rid of that flying type because it just wasn't serving. We had like Taillows and Swellows, and it was like, okay, it's fine, but like the first bird is not always the sleigh that people think it is. There was no question about Swanna. Because many times the bird Pokemon that you get early game tends to like carry you through the main game because it also overlevels alongside your starter, especially back in the days when you had to have an HM. That bird Pokemon normally was a mainstay on your team unless you were stubborn like me and would just like put it in the box and then take it out whenever you needed it. It was never a question with Swanna. Swanna was serving down the whole time, and for that legacy, I have to give her mother. Emolga. Girlypop, I don't know. What's interesting is like when you're in the flying type, yes, Emolga got Girlypop, I think, in the electric type too, but there's so much variety, you know, there's always something new in the flying type. You got flying bug, flying grass, flying electric, flying water. It's like, what kind of flying do you want to be today? Like, it's so hard to compare Emolga to Ducklet because they're both giving you 2 different types of serve. And that is what's so Girlypop about it. Girlypop is about the nuance. It's about the different types of ways that you could express being Girlypop. Rufflet's okay. Rufflet's okay. Braviary, I don't really care for it. Looks around. Hisuian Braviary, I do think has a bit of a look to it. It's okay. Vullaby's okay. Mandibuzz looks around. Now, I want to put Vullaby in Girlypop, but I'm not sure. I really am not sure. The thing about Vullaby is I can identify that it has a really unique design, but I'm feeling weird about it. So I'm going to keep it in okay. Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. Let's be real. There's no sense of scarcity when we are in a high resonance Girlypop typing. You get your pick of the litter. I think of this litter, none of us in this conversation really are picking these. So I'm gonna skip those here. I'm gonna skip them. The Therian forms are a little bit different. I still stand by what I said about Thundurus. I think Thundurus has a really cool design. I think it's cool. It's okay. Therian Tornadus. It's kind of a cool design to me too, I'll be real. I don't know. I think there's a lot of design elements you can play with that. I'm gonna say it's okay. Landorus, skip. Fletchinder, Fletchling, and Talonflame, I'm putting them in looks around. Looks around. I think that Vivillon kind of deserves mother. No. It's Girlypop. I really appreciate Vivillon taking the butterfly thing and so far in being able to create its own moment. I just think Pavilion has so much personality. It's such, every time I see it on a team, I'm like happy to see it. Okay, so we're gonna do all of its forms. Gosh, this is always hard to do. Icy Snow pattern is Girlypop. Archipelago pattern is Looks Around. Modern pattern, yeah. Continental, that's okay. Garden is okay. Ocean, yeah. I'll say Looks Around, Looks Around. Fancy pattern, that's Girlypop. Marine pattern, Girlypop. Monsoon, that's okay. High Plains, Looks Around. Savannah, that's also Looks Around. Now Jungle's a skip. Pokeball, skip. I think Sandstorm Pavilion is okay. Polar, I'm gonna say that's okay. Elegant, Girlypop. Tundra, Girlypop. River, skip. I'm gonna move Jungle up to Looks Around because River makes me notice that Jungle does have some viability with that darker green. Sun, what does that look like up in Girlypop? No, I'm gonna say Looks Around. Hawlucha, I love Hawlucha. I'm gonna say Hawlucha is Looks Around. Noibat, in all honesty, Noibat's kind of giving what Zubat should have gave. I'm gonna say that Noibat is Girlypop. Noivern is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Do you guys know the Noivern cry? I'm gonna show it to you. Isn't that crazy? Yveltal. Yeah. Rowlet. That's Girlypop. And Dartrix is a really cool design, but it's veering off. Actually, no. Dartrix is Girlypop. Dartrix could be a really fun ace. Piggyback and Trumbeak, girl, let's be real. Nobody really cares about y'all two. It's a means to an end for real. Piggyback is Looks Around. Trumbeak is skip. And as much as I don't think Toucannon fits the vibe of Girlypop, it would be a fantastic accessory. Okay. Oricorio! This will be our little game as a reward for making it this far, okay? And if you skipped to this part of the video, that's okay too. That's okay too. You can play along. All right, Pau style Oricorio. What's it gonna be? 1, 2, 3. Mother. Pom Pom Oricorio. 1, 2, 3. Mother. Baile style Oricorio. 1, 2, 3. Mother. Sensu style Oricorio. 1, 2, 3. Mother. So, Oricorio is such an important Pokemon for us. Oricorio is showing what we have been asking for. This is Alola in general, honey. Like, Alola is what the Girlypops have been asking for. So Minior's shelled form, I will say, is Looks Around. I honestly think that all of us, most of us, were like, oh, that's interesting, but we didn't really think it would be Girlypop until it hatched. When that shell broke, pink Minior, Girlypop. Orange Minior, Girlypop. Yellow Minior, Girlypop. Blue Minior, Girlypop. Purple Minior, Girlypop. Green Minior, Girlypop. Blue Minior, dark blue Minior, Girlypop. Look at all those Miniors, right? This is what I'm saying, where Girlypops are a very varied bunch. We have all types of flavors of Girlypop, and we represent ourselves in Minior. Each of us watching this video right now, if you consider yourself a Girlypop trainer, there's 1 or 2 that you would pick out of the Miniors, but there would be other ones that you wouldn't pick, but you can still acknowledge that every Minior here is Girlypop. Celesteela has a lot of fans. I'm not one of them. I don't think that Celesteela is giving in the flying type. I do think she's a standout in the steel type. But as a flying type, we've got a lot of Girlypops to work with. She's okay. She's okay. For real, she's okay. The Corviknight line, Rookity and all that, it's a skip. It's a skip. Corviknight is also a skip for me. Gigantamax Corviknight is a skip. Cramorant has 2 different forms. So the Barraskewda and the Pikachu form, I wanted to mention them because I also think it's a fun experience for us to just explore Pokemon in general. So I'm gonna say that Cramorant itself looks around. Barraskewda is a skip. I like the Pikachu one. I think that's a little bit campy. I'm gonna say that's okay. I could imagine that popping up onto a team, like a single battle team or a double battle team with like Emolga and stuff. Like there's just like a through line there, and I like that. I like that. Enamorus is Girlypop. It's definitely one of the Girlypops. Its like whole concept is like, let's take the Thundurus, Landorus, Tornadus line and make it Girlypop. She's Girlypop. The Therian form, I'll say it's Girlypop. Like, I don't really like the designs per se, but you can't deny the fact that that's literally one of the Pokemon made for us. Someone out there watching this has a home for her. Squawkabilly looks around. looks around. On all the forms, honestly. I'm not going to bring the forms up. All the forms of Squawk abilities looks around. Watchroll. You're really losing me, girl. Skip. Kilowattrel, skip. Like in generation, what is it, 9? You showing up giving bird type, it's just not serving at all. Because look at what Bombardier did. Bombardier is Girlypop. Flamigo's okay. Iron Jugulus. We've talked about this with Hydreigon. It's a cool Pokemon, but it's not giving Girlypop enough. And in such a high concentration Girlypop typing, that's honestly a skip. It's a skip. So we made it to the end of the Flying Type tier list. Guys, we're almost at the end. This one was really fun. This one was a really fun conversation. It feels as though we're coming full circle. Anyway, whatever you guys are up to, I hope it's going by super swell. If you are picking weeds out of your garden, I hope you get them all. If you're petting your cat, tell them I said, hi kitty, hi. And if you're going to bed, good night. I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.